they're making it bigger than, you know, they're making it so big now. Even the charges and what they're saying, it's bigger than who I am now. So
what do you think they're doing this for? You were talking to the elevator. What do you think they're doing it for? Why they're doing this to you?
Because, I mean, the way this country is successful is if we have one set of rules and everybody follows them. If anybody gets outside of that set of rules and they're in a public view like I am, you know, it's like detrimental to everybody following the rules if I'm representing, like, to what they think is that I represent lawlessness and the outlaw mentality, and I represent that thug mentality from the street. So they feel like if they can punish me, then it'll punish people who are not as brave as I am, who don't speak out against things like me, who not scared to walk through the streets with no bodyguard. So they need to put me in jail. These other guys, they don't have to put in jail because they can arrest them on smaller things. They can't arrest me on those small things. They got to frame me. They got to do things like this. They got to have, you know, 30 charges and none of them have to do with me. You know what I'm saying? How can you, if you really, while all these cameras are here, everybody goes something to grow on. How am I going to forcibly do anything to a girl after she did it to me consensually? And that's not something I'm making up. That's what they said. They said that. The girl came to court and said she did this, she did that, she called my hotel, it was good. She said that, not me. Now, why am I going to force her? I mean, this is common sense. But no matter what happens, innocent or guilty, my life is ruined. Because when they say, whatever they say in this verdict, y'all not going to make it front page news. It won't be bigger, no matter what. All that you want to hear is that he's guilty, he's in jail, the reign of terror is over, the outlaw is gone. That's what they want to do. So I'm starting to think I don't know which story to read. I don't know if this is, you know, about, you know, black and white and loud and quiet, or is it about me and this girl? Because if it's about me and this girl, come on, we shouldn't even be here.
Coming down the elevator, you complain.
Something like that up, though, what?
Why would she make something like that up? Because hell have no fury like a woman scorned. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of a lot of things. I'm guilty probably of being a male chauvinist pig. I'm guilty of probably not caring as much as I should. I'm guilty of not spending enough time with people like I should. But I'm not guilty of rape. Just because I don't want to be with that girl don't mean that she has the right to say that I did all of these things that I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Just because, I mean, of course I can't spend my life with all the girls that I spend time with. But I'm not married. You know what I'm saying? That's not a crime for me to be promiscuous. It's not a crime for me to be with any girl I want to be with. It's a crime for that girl to turn that into a rape charge.
What about the circumstances here? Yeah, don't you think the circumstances here that is what's one discussed? She wasn't prepared, she says, for what happened to her, and it wasn't supposed to happen.
Okay, so she wasn't prepared for what happened to her. Where are those people that did this? They were all in the same hotel as me. They were all right in the same room with me. Why am I the only one in court right now? Why is the cameras all on me? And in the report, in all these charges, I didn't do nothing. I'm charged with being in concert with some guys. Well, where they at? Why me? Because I'm Tupac. No, I'm not angry at them. I'm angry at the system. I don't want nobody else to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to go to jail for something I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to be the scapegoat. I want to be, only way I've been practicing my whole life to live my life is to be responsible for what I do. I don't know how to be responsible for what every black male did. I don't know. Yes, I am going to say that I'm a thug. That's because I came from the gutter and I'm still here. I'm not saying I'm a thug because I want to rob you and rape people and things. I'm a businessman. I mean, you know I'm a businessman because you find me at my places of business. You don't find me up in you know what I'm saying? I don't understand this. I don't understand this.
What do you think about the jury? You talked about the jury. You talked about the jury.
They look at this trial and they say, you know, here's a rap star, here's an actor. What kind of sex is he engaged in? This isn't safe sex. What do you say to that?
But it is safe sex because in the trial, in the transcripts, if y'all dig deep and be reporters, you'll find out I wore a condom. It was her who sodomized me. It wasn't me who went down in the dance club and ate her out. It was her in the dance club who had oral sex with me. She should be charged, not me. What kind? They're making like I'm some big gruesome animal, a sex animal, which is
your charge involves the so-called gangbang in the hotel.
No, it doesn't. It does not. But if you listen right in there, none of these charges of this gangbang, none of this gangbang stuff came out in the trial. She says people was rubbing her ass, grabbing her ass. Where are these people? Where are these people? No, she said it's an attempted sodomy. What is an attempted sodomy? If there was sodomy,
second count.
If there was sodomy, okay. If there was sodomy, why when she went to the doctor wasn't there any forceful entry? Why wasn't her anal? Why wasn't anything? Why didn't they find any of my sperm on the thing? If she's why wasn't any of my sperm?
Because sodomy in some states means oral sex. It's one of the states means oral sex.
Why didn't they find the condom?
You just said.
Why did they find
you said you were wearing a condom
on the night we had consensual sex? Before that, come on, follow me.
Let me ask you this about the guns. What do you, Tupac? Are you sure? What about the guns? That's the other thing that you're.
No, it's not my liking for guns. What about the NRA? We all have a right to bear arms. I have that. I have that same right as you do. Just because I'm black doesn't mean I shouldn't have a gun. I have a legally own guns. I legally own guns. Why would I come to New York and be unlawfully owning 2 guns? Who has 2 guns? Who carries 2 illegal guns? Why?
You were
And mind you, a week before I went to jail with the police. Come on.
What about the jury? You talked in the elevator about the jury and the composition of it. You didn't think they understood you. Tell me about that.
I hope they do, but it's hard for me to believe that a jury full of older, more middle-class women are going to understand where I'm coming from, because y'all barely understand where I'm coming from, and y'all cover murders and shit every day, and y'all treat me like I'm New York's most notorious criminal, and y'all know it's people throwing babies out of windows and putting them in the incinerator. All I do is make raps. All I do is rap and talk loud. My biggest crime is talking loud. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have nothing else besides that.
Right. Thanks.
Peace and love. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling blessed and safe and high vibrational. So in this video, we'll be connecting with the energy of Tupac. And I have been feeling his energy for a moment now. And to be honest, all the energies that I channel, I've either always felt a connection to them in like my younger years or in the past, or they just make themselves present, you know. And then I just feel this innate, natural connection to them. Now, I was feeling Tupac's energy around when I uploaded the police expression, and I felt like his energy wanted to step forward and kind of support me in expressing that message or bringing forward that message. And I thought that it would be either him or Bob Marley that would express like guidance on the police or just police brutality or just injustice, but it turns out that it looks like it's going to be Tupac. Now before, I was actually seeing him with my guide, Prince Rogers Nelson, and for some reason it was almost like they were saying, I get you, and it's like they came to Earth and they both had the same mission, or they had a similar mission to like express, but be something about like just expressing truth and going beyond and just going deeper than the expectations of what a celebrity is or what a celebrity should be or what a celebrity should stand for. There's something about the two of them, and shallowness, not being shallow, being, it's like being more down to earth, but it's not about being down to earth, it's about just being deeper and having more substance. It's like they're saying like celebrities tend to be airheads. They're saying like they're knowledgeable, but normally only about their thing, the thing that they are known for. That's the only thing they're normally knowledgeable about. But it's like Prince and Tupac had like they just had deeper knowledge, or that they was just, I want to say, more intriguing individuals. They just had more stuff going on within their mental. Now, Tupac was bringing me to straight away injustice and circumstance. Circumstance is something that he wants to talk about, and that many people basically that are in the hood, many people that are living in poverty or living in scarcity or may make bad decisions, or making bad decisions or living that way due to circumstance, not out of choice. And yes, it's out of choice when you make a bad action, but again, you decide upon things based on your surroundings, you know. Somebody may not necessarily have the natural, no one kind of naturally wants to steal or anything, but it's like some people may not have that within them to steal, but circumstance might enable them to steal. You know, they might have children that they might have to look after, so they might then risk it and go out and, you know, may steal an item of food for their children. It's like a circumstance. He's saying, let's not forget circumstance, that not everybody is a bad person that makes bad decisions. Some people actually have to make a bad decision. And then he's like saying, like, is it a bad decision if you are going out, like, supporting your child? Is that not your role as a parent to go out and support your child? And I know that's just one incident, but he's just saying, like, it's circumstance. He's saying, like, he's saying he had to go to the mother straight away because anything to do with, like, being a mother and looking after your kid, it's almost seen as justified. That's like the only justified circumstance that you can, like, bend the rules if you are looking out for your child or looking out for your infant. But he's like, circumstance. He's saying that if you are told this is all you are in school, if you are told this is all you are, this is all you can be, is it any surprise that that's what you become or that's what you express? It's basically saying that it's important what we teach our youth, it's important the things that we say to our youth. Now, one of the songs, when I typed in Tupac, I like to listen, especially if I'm doing a musician, and I'm feeling their energy, I like to listen to one of their songs, and I just put in Tupac, and whatever song came up, and Changes came up, so I thought I'd listen to it. Now, I just thought it would be interesting. Let's just read some of the lyrics. So it goes, come on, I see no changes, wake up in the morning, and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor, and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Again, I feel like that just expresses this idea of circumstance. Basically, it's like, what I'm getting from that little section is that one, he's poor, which he didn't choose to be. He's just, and it's not that he didn't choose to be, because for me, I personally feel like on an energetic level, before we come to earth, that we choose the life that we live, we choose the experience that we are going to experience. Again, there's all factors. It's not just about personal choice, it's about what is needed to be experienced and so on. But it's like, I'm tired of being poor. So that's what part of his circumstance. But it's like, but even worse, I'm black. Like, being poor is something that we can change, something that we can get out of. That's a circumstance we can evolve from and change and, improve. Being black is something that, if it's a circumstance it's a circumstance that you can't get out of. It's a circumstance you can't escape from. They're saying with being black comes many other things that other people don't have to deal with, other things that people don't have to consider. He's mentioning there's a different level of mental health within the black community, and he's not talking about statistically, and they are saying statistics, yeah, but he's saying not even statistically, he's just saying the way that we experience he's making me feel like there's more components to our mental health than in other races, meaning that because we have to deal with more, there's more, I want to say, that discrepancies within our mental health. I can't explain it any other way. And he's like, he's poor, he's black, his stomach hurts, so he's hungry. Like, what's he meant to do other than steal to survive? Or is he meant to just curl up on the ball on the floor and hope that somebody's going to help him? Hope that somebody's going to see him for not his dark skin, as just another human that's going to be that needs support, that is hungry. He's saying, like, circumstance. He just keep bringing me to circumstance changes a lot. Next paragraph. Cops, and this, it's got a bit, but I'm just going to read the lyrics. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull the trigger, kill a nigger, he's a hero. Give the crack to the kids, who the hell cares? One less hungry mouth on welfare. I think that's quite deep. Like, even back then he was seeing injustice, and it's not that even back then, injustice was probably even worse then, but it's like, as we go forward, it becomes more covert. But he's saying, like, what is in the dark always comes to the light. It's like, and it's not hard for me to express, it's very easy for me to express because I put myself in a place of neutrality, but it's just that I don't want people to feel like I'm personally trying to come at the police in a negative way or present the police in a negative light. For some reason, the circumstances of my life have caused me to have negative experiences with the police, but I'm not expressing these messages to express negativity. It's to express like ways of growth or ways of coming together or just a deeper level of understanding. But when he's saying, cops give a damn about a Negro, pull the trigger, kill a nigger, he's a hero. Give the crack to the kids, who the hell cares, one less hungry mouth on welfare. It's like, he's saying, do we actually care about our future? Do they actually care about our future? He's saying, who's going to care about the future of our children besides us? He's saying, besides himself. Who was going to speak for the children besides himself? Okay. Let's pull an oracle card from the Colette Baron Reed, the Oracle of Seven Energies. He's saying and before I came on, there was an interview that I saw of him with the press talking about one of his cases, and I think it was a case with one of the women that tried to accuse him of like sexual abuse or assault or whatever. And really, what I was getting from it, it was basically the message that I was getting from it. It was about like the manipulation of the truth. He's saying that. Okay, he's bringing me to that. There's many filters that will enable people to deliberately not look at the truth. 1 second. And he's saying skin color is one. And again, he's bringing me to that circumstance. He's saying it's a terrible circumstance to have, a terrible circumstance to be in. And he's bringing me to the word circumstance. That it shouldn't even have to be considered like a circumstance or like a kind of a situation to be in, to be black or to be of colour. But he's saying when you are of colour, people will deliberately close their eyes to the truth if the truth is in support of you. In his case, there was this big energy that the energy speaks for itself, the truth speaks for itself. It's clear that what happened didn't happen, and again, I can't say that whatever happened didn't happen. It's just the energy that I feel from the video and so on. But it's like the truth and everything was there, the evidence was there. Even the witness was basically kind of supporting what he was saying, or if you just really listen to what the victim was saying, you would hear their truth in this. You would hear the truth in the matter. But because of one's skin colour, people are able to close themselves off to the truth. And they will even kind of come at you in a way of trying to trick you or have you be discombobulated in terms of expressing a false truth that will fit their narrative. It's important to be careful. He's saying to stand your ground, to stand our ground when it comes to speaking our truth. And the thing is, with Tupac, he had a very subtle energy. Like, some energies make themselves very much so present and very vivid in terms of being in my mind space or being like energetically around me. Again, like, I don't see in terms of see them manifest in physical form. I'll see orbs or energy or waves, or I'll feel them on my body crawling up me, or just, you know, in my mind or whatever. But he's very subtle, very quiet, very much so reserved and not very boastful or wanting to be centre of attention at all. Like, it's almost like I can barely feel him, if that makes sense, but it's not that. Opening to discovery. Okay, he has got a bit of a similar message to Bob. He's saying start shying away from the darkness. The darkness is what's gonna keep us in this old world, this old paradigm, this old way of thinking, this old way of living. He's saying there is a new earth. But he's also saying as there's a new earth, there's also a new inner universe, a new inner realm that you can explore within yourself. He's saying everything's connected. The spiritual realm and the physical realm are working unison. They mirror one another. Yes, smoke and mirrors. The spirit realm and the physical realm mirror one another. Okay. For some reason, I'm either getting this transformation on the inside of us, or transformation in terms of the spiritual world coming more into the physical world, being seen more within the physical world, being expressed more within the physical world, is what he's saying, is what he's bringing me to. It's like all this smoke is coming from within the spiritual world outside into the physical, being expressed. You can see like this being and stars and everything, and more stars coming from within. Okay, I'm just going to sit down. Okay. So, yes. Another thing that he wanted to speak about and that he was talking about was the black woman. And now this was in relation to all of us, not just black people or the black woman. And what he was saying was that basically that we need to respect the black woman. And the reason why he was talking about that, it was about his track, I can't remember which one it's called actually, but the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the darker the flesh, then the deeper the roots. Tupac. Sorry, yeah. But he was saying that he had a lot of respect and a lot of his life was focused around the black woman and gaining respect and helping the black woman gain respect. And he's saying like he believed and he believes that in respecting the black woman will come the respect of all people and all things and all beings. And what that is, and the reason why that is, he's saying that the black woman is at the bottom of the pile, is at the bottom of everybody. And something that I've always felt and something I always feel is that whoever is oppressed in any circumstance or any situation, it doesn't have to be this situation in terms of like the globe and race or like racial injustice basically. But I just mean in terms of in any circumstance, whether you're at work and there's one individual being oppressed, or whether you're in school and someone's being silenced, it's usually because there's something unique about this person, there's something special about this person, there's something powerful about this person, there's something that can usher in change to do with this person. This person tends to not be a follower or be a sheep or whatever. And with the black woman, it's about her divinity. That all things come from blackness, and if women in general are the bringers of life, and life comes from within you in terms of life coming from within your womb, or life growing from your womb, it's like you are the epitome of divinity, of source of creation, you know? And I'm sorry, I'm talking to the black woman, but I'm talking to everybody. And it's like the black woman is that, and that's why she is at the bottom of the pile, because basically it's almost like she is the most divine, she is the most powerful. And it's that if we can find in our hearts to respect her in every way, we will respect everybody else, because everybody else is above the black woman, if that makes sense. He's saying the deeper the roots, the deeper the roots. And he's actually saying that in the lyric, he's saying, holler to my sisters on welfare. Tupac cares if don't nobody else care. He's just, the song lyrics are just playing through my head, and it's almost like he's singing it to me, but he's saying it in terms of like saying it. And it's like to say it to you, like maybe listen to that song. But he basically just wants people to know that like he still supports us, he's still part of the journey, he's still part of the fight, basically. He's still part of the fight. Tender embrace. Literally, he's still part of the fight, he's still rocking with us. And it's funny because literally, just as this came out, I was actually seeing him and Prince come together again and him like join hands again. Like, they're still part of the fight. They're both still part of the fight. They're both still here to help us ascend. They're both still here to bring truth. And I literally just saw slave written across Prince's face, like how he had it when he was alive, when he was going through his issues with his music label. They're here to free us, to help us free each other. They're saying they're coming together. Can we not come together? Again, similar message to Bob Marley, like, how can we come together to create change? In peaceful ways, how can we create change? In peaceful ways, how can we come together? There's this energy of coming together. He's saying he was trying to bring the family together. It's saying everything was so separate in terms of the family dynamic, man and woman. I don't know whether he's talking about, like, well, yes, most likely when he was alive, how like Earth was in terms of men, women, family dynamic, the nuclear family. It's like everything was so separate and he was trying to bring the family together. His mission was more about the family or the unit of the house. Structure. It's like structure and stability. It's like foundation. Strong foundations are important. Strong foundations are important for the youth, for the elderly, for all of us, for the animals. Okay, he's moving to judgment in music. He wants people to remove judgment in music. Music's about freedom of expression. To express thoughts, to express fears, to express worries, insecurities, dreams and hopes, happy moments. To express and explore realities that we've not even experienced. He's saying many people that are singers of love music may not have even experienced a deep, intense love, or in comparison to somebody else's version or idea of love. He's saying remove judgment from music, because music opens us all up to truth. Music, where somebody is like, and he's just saying the vibration of music. Really, I want him to be more specific. Like, is he on about singing, or like what part of music are you on about? Creating music, playing music, but it's just saying music in general. Whoever is expressing any kind of music is expressing truth. Music and truth are connected. Even when people think that they are just making something up, there's no making up. You're expressing something that's within your mind space, something that you've either seen, felt, heard, was intrigued by. But he's also saying that music is not reality. Music bends reality, and he's also saying music shapes and shifts reality. He's saying use music to bend and shift your reality, your experience. He's also saying music and your emotions. Connect the music to your emotions, or not necessarily connect music to your emotions, but use them as they work. And I think somebody else, another guide or another video that I did, expressed a similar message about using music, like, to serve our emotions. When we're sad, listen to something that can uplift our vibration, or when we are sad but we have a blockage that we're unable to access, maybe listen to something that actually makes us cry, that makes us actually release those emotions. He's saying use music to work with you. Tender embrace. Embrace music. Allow music to embrace you. He's saying allow the healing benefits or the healing qualities of music to embrace you. He's saying when you are listening to music, music isn't just happening in terms of it's going into your ear. The music is all around you. The music is creating an energetic environment. He's saying that sound doesn't have no direct point to travel to, if that makes sense. It's like sound doesn't go from here and say, I'm going to your ear. It doesn't come out your mouth and say, I'm going to your ear. He's saying sound travels out. He's saying when the music plays, the notes are traveling out, creating an environment, if that makes sense, around you. It's almost like be within that, embrace that, invite your guides into that space. He's saying Benji does, even though he didn't know that information, that the music is creating an energetic environment. And yes, I did actually know that information, but he means like they hadn't channeled that information into me. It's just something that you kind of kind of probably, you might probably already just was aware of it, it's just that no one may not have physically said it. Because I do actually, when I'm like dancing, or if I'm just on my own, I invite my guides to come dance with me, listen to music, chill with me, walk with me, talk with me. Tupac, what are you saying? A burst of magic. He's saying we're growing, that we are blossoming. He's talking about vulnerability. It's like, do people actually realise how vulnerable I was? But I'm saying like he was. Does anyone, that's what he's saying to me. People don't realise how vulnerable he actually was. How connected he had to be to his emotions to be able to express some of the things that he was expressing, or to feel some of the things that he was feeling, or to see some of the things that he was seeing. But he's saying like his vulnerability was his biggest, the thing that helped him expand the most. His vulnerability was the thing that made him really, he's saying, see past himself. He got to a point where he was able to look beyond himself, to look beyond his needs, to look at the needs of other people also. For some reason, I've just got brought straight back to the police. Maybe because my mind was thinking about it, but he's saying, it's like he's saying that police have a narrow-minded view of what is important or what is necessary. Okay, he's making me look at things from a different perspective. He's saying the police operate from fear as well, even though they may not realise. They have this macho stance or this intimidated stance, but they act from fear. And what he's bringing me to with the acting from fear is that the locking up of everybody, the locking up of all darkness, again, is bringing me to this avoidance of darkness. We can't be avoiding darkness. Can't avoid our darkness, our shadow. You're saying that's why they can act very unjust. Because when you act from fear, you disconnect. It's this idea of just it's like avoidance of darkness, but in this idea of avoiding darkness, it's the locking up of these people, and it's like all badness, all darkness, anybody who even is considered to have a flicker of darkness within them, or a flicker of shadow within them, it's like, let's lock them up. What can we get on them? Not what have they done, it's what can we get on them. That's what he's saying. He wants to shift that somehow. I'm hearing mantras. For some reason I'm seeing maybe us or people saying mantras but sending the mantras to the police, but not obviously to the police. It's basically just out to the ether. They're saying that you can't send anything directly to anything. You can set the intention for them to receive it. But really, there's no need to send anybody a direct message. Okay, he's saying this is with anything as well. He's talking about the police and how we can help them change. He's like, just send them affirmations of love, of light, of the highest vibration. He's saying of inclusivity, include them, don't separate them, stop with the separation. But anyway, he's saying that with anything, that when it comes to telepathy as well, he's saying, is that we have this idea of having to focus the mind. Now, I'm not very clued upon like telepathy, but obviously it's like similar to, I'm guessing it's similar to just receiving guidance and channeling messages, or talking with like people's loved ones. But like he's saying that whenever you want to send a message, you don't have to think of it like, oh, I want to send, let's just say Andrew, this telepathic message. Andrew, it's 5 o'clock, I'm trying to send you a message. Andrew, it's 5 o'clock, I'm sending you a message. No, just send Andrew the message. Just put your message out into the ether. And he's bringing me to sound again. If you speak it, it's just going to go out anyway in every direction. And all really what Andrew needs to do is just connect to nature, connect to source, and he will hear the message or just get himself into a state of relaxation. And not even that, he might just end up receiving the message. But that's what they're saying. It's like, stop focusing on having to pinpoint and stop trying to, he says, stop trying to box energy, stop trying to control energy. It's about working with energy, flowing with energy. Allow the energy to flow out of you. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So we're going to just move to some tarot. Got the Witch's Tarot here. And we're just going to pull a couple of cards and see what Tupac Shakur is saying. He's saying time is a blessing. Time helps you to go back and forward. Now I'm being brought to reverb in like music. He's saying something about filling the track, but there's something about time. It's saying, okay, time allows you to not feel yourself, but he's saying that because if without time, without the way human have perceived time or created time to be, in terms of day by day and moment by moment, he's saying that enables us to actually go back and remember. He's saying on a spiritual level who you are, but not just that, in terms of your experience of this physical life. He's saying we all need these experiences. He's saying he couldn't be the person he was without his experiences. He's saying without coming from the gutter, he cannot express the gutter or what it's like to be in the gutter or why we need to be out of the gutter. And when he's saying the gutter, he means the hood. Like, we can't express the need to be out of it if nobody experiences it. He says some people have to experience it. Some people have to live within their circumstance. Some people have to experience harsher circumstances than others. He's saying for the collective though. It's for the collective why some people have to suffer. It's for the collective why some people have to be happier than others. He's saying it's about lessons and teachings and the ways that we teach and learn from other people, from each other, is one of the biggest ways to learn and grow. So there are going to be people who are happier. There are going to be people who are sadder. There are going to be people who are going through a tougher experience. But it's also saying that what we need to do is stop comparing these experiences as being tougher, as being sadder, as being harder, and just see them as just being. And see them of how can we improve from this experience? How can we have more moments of happiness? How can we have less moments of sadness? And he's saying it's not about having less moments of sadness, it's about having less moments of confused sadness, of not understanding why we are feeling sad, of not understanding why this has happened. He's saying, why is it so easy to understand why we're happy? And why is it so easy to understand when things are good and why things are good? Why can we say, oh, this good thing's happened because this happened, or this good thing happened because I did this, or this good thing has happened because of God? Or why can we not say this bad thing has happened because of this, or this bad thing has happened because of a choice that I made, or so forth? I know that doors obviously just opened and like coincidences and stuff, but I'm actually feeling an energy. And for some reason, I felt the energy of God just come through. And I just felt the breeze up my leg. Obviously, it could be because the door just opened, but I believe everything happens the way it's meant to. That's just how my physical experience and my spiritual experience are very much so connected, intertwined, just as we said with this card. Oh my, that's so good. Do you know how we were saying like seeing your the spiritual is going to be seen more in the physical? That's that door. That's an omen. That's a sign. That's confirmation. The energy of God is present. Tupac saying that's me, not me, him. He embodies the energy of God. He's saying you embody the energy of God too. He's saying you all do, we all do. But he's saying he knows it. He's saying, and you know it, but he's saying it to me. I'm not saying you don't know it, but he's saying you know it. He's like, he's laughing, but I can't explain it. I'm not a good actor. But he's laughing, but like high-fiving his friends, but he's high-fiving me in like the energetic sense. Like, yeah, like, you know. It's like they will know, they will come to know, they will come to find out who they are, they will come to find their signature energy. I don't know why, but I just feel like he's got a message to give, like a special message. Okay, see, I have food that I'm waiting to eat, but he's like saying like, eat first, fill up. He's telling me to fill up. I don't know why, there was just a message about filling up, about being full or something. I'm not sure, but he's bringing me to that. Something about needing to be full. He's okay. For some reason, he's saying like he expressed when he was full. He's saying when he was full of like emotional things, that's when he expressed. His music was a way for him to release as well a lot of these things, emotional things, or a lot of these concerns that were on his mind, or a lot of the things that were building up for him. So he's basically just telling me to fill up. So that basically I think that's going to help him with his expression. He's working through me, you know. Okay, so I'm just going to go eat, and then we'll come back and film his message. Peace and love. Ashe. Your mind is powerful. Probably one of the most powerful things on earth at this time is the mind. Your heart space is just as powerful, if not more powerful than the mind. However, your mind is what most of us use to operate, use to navigate this planet. Really, my journey was more about connecting to the heart and showing people that when we connect to the heart, there's a greater level of freedom regardless of your role on earth or the life that you've lived or the way that your life is perceived to be or the way that your life is perceived to or should be, sorry. You know, I would always claim the title of thug and being a thug. It's a part of who I was, a part of my upbringing, it's a part of the world that I knew to be true because I lived it and I saw many other people live it. It's a part of the truth, a part of the matrix that I accepted, a part of the matrix, a part of the system that I actually loved. But it was also a part of the system that I wanted to escape from, that I wanted to show other people that there's an opportunity to escape from it. But I knew that, as I already mentioned, that I had to experience it in order to express it. And what I wanted was for people to not shy away from their experiences or shy away from what was necessary to open their eyes. To live a life of poverty was important and integral for me because I would not be Tupac without living a life of poverty or living a life on the streets or getting to know what it means to sell or be a drug dealer or just to experience a life of lack. I wouldn't be Tupac. The music that I make would not have the messages that they have within it if I didn't experience the life that I lived. So circumstance was very much so important and a part of my life and a part of my expression and the way that I expressed and what I expressed. But circumstance was not all who I was. I was not just my circumstances. I was more than my circumstances. I was beyond my circumstances, and I went beyond my circumstances. Again, that is also something that I was here to show, that we can go past our limitations, that we can go past scarcity that we can go past a mindset of a lack or even an experience of lack. You know, we're in a time when it's important to come together. It's important to express truth, to be unapologetically yourself, to be unapologetically black, to be unapologetically white, to be unapologetically Asian, to be unapologetically yourself. There's no more apologizing for things that somebody else did or times of the past. It's about moving forward. It's about being present in this now moment and deciding how can we go forward together. How can we go forward with respect and dignity and honesty and truth? How can we love one another? How can we be present? How can we become more present? Not just here in the physical world, but just within our physical bodies. My boldness enabled me to also feel a lot. My crown was completely exposed. Now your crown chakra, your head, is very important also. And one doesn't have to be bold. One can have hair, but it's about how you treat that hair. Do you respect that hair? Do you love that hair? Because yes, your hair can absorb and also attract energies and pull in codes and light codes and ground with divine knowledge, but equally a bald head can receive. A bald head can feel and be aware and absorb light codes. It's about how that information is grounded into your system. Having hair on your head or having a bald head, it determines how information is received through your crown chakra and is stored within your body. Times are changing. Nature is changing. The people are beginning to flow a lot more. Things are becoming more intertwined. Things are beginning to be more understood and overstood. Our understanding of rap is deepening. Our appreciation for rap is deepening and has deepened and has changed and has developed, which is amazing, but there still is a lot of bias and a lot of negativity surrounding the genre of rap and grime and other types of rap music. But just know it's about expression. And rap is one of the most honest and pure expressions. It's a unfiltered genre of music. A genre of music that presents rawness and realness and authenticity. And rap is very much so necessary, very much so needed. Very fundamental. Rappers are some of the most vulnerable individuals on this planet. Lyricists are some of the most vulnerable individuals on this planet. To sow words is to sow dreams. To sow words is to sow realities. To express these things is to be a creator of realities. As we already expressed, music changes the atmosphere, it changes your reality, it changes what you perceive, what you experience, the emotions that you feel within the moment. Music is all around you. Music supports you. The vibration of music supports you. The vibration of music is healing and has the ability to heal and transform and illuminate and connect you to truth on every level, because music is a universal language. It connects you to truth on every level, on a universal level. To become more truthful, listen to more music. Express more from your heart. Express more from your divine knowings. Express more from your feelings to become more truthful. Find the connection with all things, because you are all things. You are all things being expressed from a focal point. A focal point that is no greater or no better or no worse than the next focal point. But find the interconnectedness within all things. Find the parts of you that remind you and let you know of your connection to all things. It's in there, you just have to be willing to find it. But I thank you for allowing me to express and listening to my expression and hearing me out and hearing my words and allowing me to get these thoughts out into the ether. I thank you. Until next time. Peace and love. Ashe. That is so strange, because normally as soon as I come out of a channeling, like, it normally takes me a little moment to like breathe it out or just whatever, just, you know, but I just open my eyes straight away. And I think at the end he wanted to say, I don't know why, like at the end of each channeling, it's like these guys have things to say or just want to say a little phrase, but I never say it until I come out of the channeling. I always end up saying like peace and love or whatever, or something that comes to say, because they give me options to say, you know. But anyway, it's like he said, what did he say? He called us his babies, my babies. And it was like this energy of the mother again, but coming from him, it's like he carries very like a parental energy with him. But it's more like a caring for everybody, for the planet, for like we're his cubs. I don't know, just like he just takes on this sense of responsibility. But I thank you for joining me and being present with me. I thank and send my gratitude to Tupac and my guides and energy and Prince Rogers Nelson. I send you all my love. Peace and love. Ashe.